Munchy here. Give me a second. Not any better. Ooh, even worse actually. How's that? Maybe I'm a little smudgy. Anyway, coming to you. With way too much light. Here, this will help. Better? Still very smudged. Hold on. All right, there's an improvement. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Wednesday around 7:15 here at the comic shop. I don't know what to tell you. I wouldn't say that it was a crazy busy day, but there have been customers in and out most of the day, so I've not had the ability to do the live stream or do a couple of the other things that I was going to do before I did the live stream. We also had so many new books out today that I even had to like rearrange the shelf 3 or 4 times when we first started for the day. So yeah, it's definitely a bit of a day. Part of that is because there are so many great new single issues out that my regular Wednesday single issue people who come all the time wanted to make it a point to get here and get all the stuff. Some of them had a lot of stuff in. Some of them haven't been in for a couple weeks, and this week was a lot. So start off with, we've got Action Comics 1087. This is the beginning of the Mark Waid Superboy run. There's going to be Superboy stories peppered throughout Mark Waid's run in the Summer of Superman. This story, this issue, gives us Clark Kent's first experience as Superboy, retold. Avengers Academy, this is a Avengers book that was digital first and now available in print. Batman Dark Patterns. Now, I know that says number 7 up there, but it is part 1 of the brand new story of the Dan Waters, Hayden Sherman. Hayden Sherman has been destroying on the art in both Wonder Woman and this book. And yeah, just really great stuff. New storyline. EC continues over at Oni with Blood Type, a new horror vampire anthology. Death of Silver Surfer, gorgeous work by Kumar. Great writing by Greg Pak. Very intense stuff. Giant Size Spider-Man. As I was telling a customer who's a big Spider-Man fan, I have no idea why there is a Giant Size Amazing Spider-Man special now. Giant Size had a big anniversary last year. It was the anniversary of when they 60 years of starting Giant Size Marvel books. But Spider-Man got one now. He got one last year too. And it's just a plethora of amazing creators. This is Kevin Smith and Kamen Coley. There's a Chip Zdarsky. There's a Mark Buckingham one. It's just great people doing Spider-Man stories. But again, why? I'm not 100% certain. Giant Size Dark Phoenix. That's the continuation of the Giant Size X-Men special event. See, this one I do know why. It's the 50th anniversary of Giant Size X-Men, and they are rewriting all of Marvel history with Kamala Khan present. It's actually quite a fun storyline. Kamala is being shunted through time to fix someone who's trying to ruin all the major moments of X-Men history. And it's 4 one-shots, giant size one-shots. Marvel United Pride. This is the Marvel Pride special that they do every year. Great creators, great characters. Marvel Rivals Ignite. This is the Marvel Rivals comic book that is going to have an ongoing story by Peach Momika, written by Peach, adapted by Zach. And then it's going to have a couple of short ones, but we got a great new Peach Momika story. All looks super fun. All takes place in the feudal Japanese world that Marvel Rivals will be getting a new mission, circumstance, whatever, in, I think, at the end of this month. The New Avengers, a new Avengers storyline featuring basically the Thunderbolts characters as a new team. Runaways is back. Rainbow Rowell did an incredible return to this amazing team a few years ago. Look at all the covers. And she's been tapped again to come in with the quite excellent Elena Casagrande to do a new run taking place during the whole One World Under Doom event. They do have a Doombot on the team. So very, very, very excited to read this. If you love the Runaways, they're back. Especially that Rainbow Rowell series was really great. If you've not read the previous Rainbow Rowell series, I definitely recommend it. If you have, you can wait for the collected edition of this, but this is going to be a 5-issue miniseries. Trinity, Daughter of Wonder Woman. The Trinity stuff, the backup stories in Tom King's Wonder Woman were really, really fun. I really liked the tone that he took. I really liked the way the character created. And the artist on this, Belén Ortega, is a lot of fun. Yeah, here's Damian and John fighting. I love the way he wrote Damian and John in those backup stories. And it's a whole new Robin, a whole new Wonder Girl. Really going to be a fun little world. And then, of course, Umbrella Academy, Plan B. This is a new Umbrella Academy series featuring the unknown secret team, the Sparrow Academy, that was made just in case the original Umbrella Academy failed. And now we finally get that. Ba and Moon back on the book. Everyone from the original run, except I think maybe the editor is not the same editor. We've got the latest Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue 9. Second issue is the new Star Wars, Resurrection Man, Plague House, Hello Darkness, Green Lantern. Oh, I should point out, big deal. Our Diamond delivery came on Tuesday. So we have all the new books this week except for Image. Image should be coming. I see what's going on with my music. Image should be coming at the end of the week or beginning of next week, so that we will still be behind on. But still pretty exciting that all of our Diamond stuff, all of our Penguin Random House stuff, all of our Universal stuff, all those publishers we did get. So that's why when I say we have all these new single issues, it really is almost all of them. Latest issue of Ultimate X-Men, latest issue of Ultimate Black Panther, latest issue of Absolute Batman, number 9, Absolute Bane, One World Under Doom, issue 5 of the 9-issue storyline. Third, Fire and Ice. We have all 3 issues. Third, Adventure Time. We have all 3 issues. Second issue of Dark Regard. We have a few of number 1. Second issue of Supergirl. Like I said, just a fantastic, great, classic superhero run Sophie Campbell's doing on Supergirl. It's going to be our big push this summer. If you like the Superman movie and you want to collect the single issue series, there's tons of fun stuff happening in Superman, but my recommendation is Supergirl. We've got Batman number 9, reprinted, Frank Robbins? No. I mean, it all just says Gil Kane. It all just says Bob Kane on it anyway. But yeah, Batman number 9, classic issue. Batman Madness reprinted, and Fantastic Four number 6. Doctor Doom was first introduced in Fantastic Four number 5, the issue beforehand. Namor came back into the Marvel Universe in Fantastic Four number 4, and the next issue, they teamed up to fight the Fantastic Four. So that's really saying something about when people talk about stupid crossovers or how all these characters always show up right away and then they're right. Stan Lee did it way back in 61, and that's how it was. Then we've got new single issues. Let's see what we got. We've got Breadcrumbs, a beautiful biography of growing up in post-Soviet Poland through the freedoms and all the pain that came with it of the late 90s. Deeply Dave. This is a really cool book by Michael Grover. It goes down, deeper and down. Reads like a webtoon almost. We've got Veil. It's Kotari's fantastic romance manga. Beautifully drawn, and it's been translated thanks to the good people at Manga-splaining who championed the book and got it published. We've got Isaac, which is Vinland Saga in Europe. It's a samurai. I talked about this yesterday. It's a samurai traveling to Europe to get revenge. I showed it off some pictures yesterday. Really great art. Lots of historical research. Now that we draw a second issue of the book about drawing manga that maybe is a little ecchi. If you thought, people commented on this cover forever, and now here's the second cover. So they clearly know how to grab your attention. Second volume of Search and Destroy, the wonderful retelling of Dorado, which is a Tezuka story. Nancy Wears Hats, the first of the new Fantagraphics collections of Ernie Bushmiller only Nancy stuff. I was just talking about Nancy is considered by many to be one of the greatest formalist comics ever made. It really does have a level of genius to it that collections that were told that we did things chronologically really ruined because they weren't all hits. This really just tries to give you all the hits. Good Boy by Andy Hirsch. This is actually an older book from Macmillan that came out in the beginning of May, but we finally got it. It's all about a young man who gets a dog and learns how to train him, and by learning how to train and take care of the dog, it helps him deal with his own anxiety. It's really quite good. We've got a new Lego Spider-Man. Comes with an exclusive figure of Cyborg Spider-Man. It's just cute little Lego stories in the Spider-Verse. I'm not going to open the whole thing up and show you, but trust that it's great. Moomin, Tove Jansson's art and pictures. This is a fantastic collection. If you see, it's kind of square bound, and that's because it is not a book. They are prints. These are prints. See how thick they are? These are thick prints to hang. They tear out. There's a very, very small perforated edge you can't see here. Some of them have great little Moomin quotes on the back, and some of them have 2 pieces of art on front and back. And they're just absolutely stunning. I got a whole bunch of these and brought one home. Just beautiful stuff. Frank Miller and John Romita Jr. Superman Year One. If you watched yesterday's episode, you know what I have to say about that. And if you haven't, go watch yesterday's episode and you'll know what I had to say about that. Your Brain, a graphic guide. Greta Edgy takes Faith Harper's wonderful advice column of ways to deal with overstimulation and anxiety and all sorts of issues that plague us in the modern world, and lays it out with really great illustrations on how to work on getting a hold of yourself. We've got, again, talking about just the best, we have Looney Tunes, Catch That Wascally Wabbit, a collection of a bunch of the recent Looney Tunes comics, but not everything that they've ever put out. We've got the great new run on Storm by Maria Ayodele and Lucas Wernick. Really, really fun art. Really great book in which Storm is just sort of separate from the X-Men, off doing her own thing, being an example to the whole world, and really just great fun stuff. It's filled with X-Men groups that were being done at the time, coming and asking her for help or asking her to join, and her deciding not to. But she is still an Avenger. Hugo Pratt's Night of the Devil. This was a beautifully illustrated Hugo Pratt book, heavily inspired by The Heart of Darkness, now collected by the War Picture Library. If you don't know what Hugo Pratt art looks like, you definitely should look more up, but he was master of the bold line. Think European Alex Toth. Look at that. Gorgeous. Game Masters, the comic book history of role-playing games. Nice big book, looks like a DM guide. The wonderful Tom Fowler, one of the great unsung cartoonists of the early 2000s. And the wonderful Fred Van Lente, who does nonfiction like nobody's business, of course. The Action Philosophers books and others. But he's done a whole bunch of history books. This is his latest. We've got Dimwood, a collection of Richard Corbin stories. Dimwood has not been reprinted, I think, since the 80s. Classic, messed up Corbin stuff. Ultraman vs. the Avengers. This was a very fun 4-issue miniseries that came out at the end of last year. Just very classic, silly Ultraman Sentai kind of stuff, featuring a unique Avengers team specifically for that book. And lastly, they have reprinted R. Crumb's Book of Genesis. This has been out of print for about 3 years. A very literal reading of the main text of Genesis, all illustrated by R. Crumb. It's really something. When he originally did this book, which is almost 20 years ago, almost 20 years ago, he made a big point of, he grew up reading Bible comics. There were Bible comics in the 40s and 50s, and they were always these like sanitized little happy stories, and then you read the actual Bible and stuff's pretty intense. So he wanted to just do that intensity. It's a great art. We don't believe in my religion that the actual written words in the Bible are the be all and end all. There's lots of subtlety in the way the words are chosen and some of the uh, usage, all this stuff that adds layers and layers of meaning, which he does not include. He just uses the most literal translation you can. So it's not exactly what we believe in my religion, but it is a beautiful graphic novel. What time is it? Oh, it's after 7:30. I think. Oh, assuming that no one else walks in here, I think that I am going to spend the next 25 minutes, whatever it is that we're still open. Well, I'm going to do one more thing. I have one more thing I have to do. I was going to pack up somebody's delivery, but I'm not sure that I have the energy or patience to put it all together. Maybe I'll try to do that. But now that I'm sitting, I really don't want to get up. I'm sitting, I really don't want to get up. All right, well, those are all the new books. If you want to see any of them added, please don't hesitate to ask. I'm not sure what we're going to talk about tomorrow. I don't think Tirza wants to start doing Superman stuff yet, even if she decides that she wants to do it on Thursday or Sunday. I don't think it's happening this week, but I will try to talk to her tonight. Until then, remember, damn it, babies, you got to be kind.